helpful,
collaboration,
impactful,
partnership,
commitment to caring about the community,
unite the community,
trust and credibility,
think outside of the box,
empower our community.
The reason Noble County needed an economic development corporation became apparent when several of us began to research statistically in 2004 why there seemed to be a decline in commercial and consumer economic activity in the county. And looking at the statistics from 2002 through 2004, we learned that Noble County had actually lost 2,200 jobs, which equated to almost $30 million in gross payroll in the county. We were able to meet with numerous Rotary clubs, chambers, and municipal groups to explain what we had discovered and what needed to be done.
They said, John, we're going to have this meeting, and could you come up and just say a few words in support of this? So I got up to the podium and basically said, I'm responsible for economic development in 11 counties. For me to set up a visit by someone from outside the state that wants to come in and locate their business in Northeast Indiana, I can call any of the other 10 counties, speak to their economic development director. That person will set up the meetings, will get everything lined up for me so it's all set up and ready to go. If I want to do that in Noble County, I may have 5 or 6 different people that I have to call to get that set up. Frankly, I just don't have the time to make all of those phone calls and set all of those meetings up if I want to show somebody something in Noble County. So if that opportunity does come up, I'm just not going to call Noble County because I don't have the time to do it. Looked over at Bob Marshall, and his eyes were kind of big, and he said something to the effect of, I can't believe you said that, but that was great.
So if the state sent me a request saying that they needed 40 acres and they were going to build XYZ building and they were going to hire 100 people, if I didn't have that space available, it would just die and it would go to another county because we didn't have a county lead person.
It's the fact that we had so many individuals and communities across Noble County who were doing their own thing in economic development and finally saw the wisdom in joining together to work together, and we knocked down a lot of imaginary borders, and we've got a lot of people all across the county to get to know each other, to work together for a common goal of promoting this great county.
And what we started out with was to say that it was important, if it's important for one of us, it's important for all of us. And so that we needed to build a county-wide organization because wherever that new business comes in the county, it helps every single citizen in this county, whatever town or city that they live in.
We were able to work together as a county. We still, if there's an industry that comes into Albion, it helps Avila, it helps Kendallville. Those jobs, jobs are what count. That's the bottom line, what's involved here.
And we determined that we had to do something. Early on, we didn't have an EDC, and so we visited other counties and established the need for one in Noble County, pleaded with the council for the money to staff an EDC.
Rick's very knowledgeable. He's been able to bring everybody together and is a great asset to the EDC.
As of right now, we've instituted together collaboratively a Manufacturing and Education Alliance, and we're trying to help incumbent workers or people who are underskilled be able to take the jobs that are available, because the last thing we want to tell a company that's about to grow or expand is that we don't have workers.
But there's more collaboration between counties, and I really like the way this whole program has evolved. Instead of being just Noble County per se. It's evolved into a regional thing.
It's a collaboration, it's a partnership, and people are working together not only on a county level, but on a regional level. There is no empty storefronts, and there used to be at least 9 empty storefronts. And I'm going to contribute that not only to the comeback of the economy, but also to economic development in Noble County.
Well, I think one of the neatest things that I've seen happen is the EDC has kind of been the impetus to unite the communities within the county. For too many years there was a fierce competition between communities, and the EDC has been the nucleus for collaboration between these different entities now. And I think everyone's learned that what's good for one community within the county is good for all.
So we've learned, and Rick has been a part of building that trust and credibility of an EDC, and how important it was that communities work together as opposed to, and leverage each other's resources and the leadership in these communities. Rick was a part of bringing the communities together.
Rick, from the very start, has been high energy, very much a visionary for what he saw for Noble County, and was really one of the very first EDCs that grasped onto what we were trying to do in the region and helped us be successful here. He connected us to Group Deco and allowed us to set up an internship program with Group Deco that really became what is now looked at as a statewide program. It won an award for the type of program that it was, and Rick really was instrumental in setting that up and helping us to make that connection to that company.
When we talk to others about good examples of forward-thinking workforce and economic development, we often mention Noble County. It is a ever-evolving template for success in both of those closely aligned arenas.
And it was all about trying to empower our communities and make them stronger and more developed.
Even then, I guess he kind of knew what was needed better than I did, and I was in the business.
And that is actually a great initiative that was started by the Noble County EDC, where we bring educators and manufacturers together to start having valuable conversations about how we can work together, how we can collaborate, how can we reach out to those students and those youth and make sure that they know about the opportunities that exist in Noble County for them to get employment right out of high school. So there's great opportunities for these students to make a great wage, a wonderful livable wage right here in our own county, so we can keep them right here.
That Noble County is much more innovative than a lot of the other counties. And sometimes you wonder where Rick comes up with all this.
I think the true value that the EDC brings to the county is the fact that they're willing to think outside of the box and not just operate in a silo.
In one particular instance, MBA students that helped us with market studies for not only the rail industry, but also for the recreational vehicle industry, which was our main customer base. And it was great to have Rick and Noble County EDC in our corner, because they were extremely helpful and helped us in our success.
I think EDC has done a very good job of inventorying what resources we have available here, leveraging those resources. So I think it goes back to understanding what the needs are, doing an assessment, as well as a skill assessment as a resource assessment, and addressing those needs to be impactful.
So it's been a very good partnership with the EDC to make it fiscally possible for us to do our expansion here in northern Indiana.
When we've had training dollars to invest in industrial maintenance training, they brought 18 employers to the table. When we had money to invest in welding training, they brought another dozen employers to the table. We've really been able to count on the EDC here as a partner to help deploy talent development, workforce development resources, and that has been a great experience. I think we've done more of those projects in Noble County than any other county in Northeast Indiana.
So I like the relationship we have in Noble County with our businesses and manufacturers or whatever on that basis. I think EDC should take a lot of credit before that.
I think the biggest impact it's had is it's helped Noble County as a community grow their businesses and retain their businesses. So it's been a big important factor.
It has opened up the communication link between the school and the local community, and a lot of that has been through what the EDC has done for us to be able to foster those relationships.
What can EDC, what can be done to help them to keep their doors open, keep people employed, and stay within your communities? I think that Rick has done an excellent job.
With that cooperation and collaboration that the EDC has done, it really helped when we were working on putting together an incumbent worker training and being able to seek additional funds through communities to help fund that training.
We've had good success. We're pleased with the community we're working with, and we look forward to the future.
For me, personally, to watch us go through what I consider some of our darkest days in 2008 and 2009 when the economy collapsed and we were at 19.8% unemployment as a county. There were dark days for all of us. And then to come out of that and be where we're at today, where we don't have enough employees to take the jobs, is pretty significant, and I think it's something that we should all feel really good about. It's been very rewarding and fruitful to see us come together and collaborate because we all have very strong personalities, and to be able to put barriers down and work together as a team for what's best for Noble County has been very rewarding.
But the preferred food groups at Kendallville and the Courier project at Kendallville certainly evolved nicely and provided employment for a large number of people.
As a manufacturer in Noble County, we work closely with the EDC to help us with recruiting, any grants, any training that we get, so that we can grow and keep continuing to grow in the county and in the town to help foster new jobs, relationships, and just build that relationship within the organization also.
Tenneco and Ligonier. I helped the community because when they were thinking about leaving the community of Ligonier, they had about 190 employees, and now by staying in the community, they have about 600 and some employees.
The company, which employs several hundred people, paying a good wage, its lease was about to run out in about 2 years, and they were looking to relocate, and we worked with that company, and the EDC was right there guiding us all along the way.
The EDC was very helpful in helping us find property, find contractors and other things that we needed up front to get started with our expansion plan.
With the Federal Mogul demise, though, Rick was able to help us get somebody in there relatively quickly, and that was Bushy from Albion, and they're in there now, and they're doing great stuff in there. Another one was we lost DeKalb's Distributing. We also now have a new resident in there, and they're one of our businesses. Their name is Wireco. Rick was able to help us with that, and right now we're almost fully filled up as far as our businesses go. So it's been really great happening.
The EDC has been a critical component in bringing higher technology to Central Noble, and Rick's enthusiasm and encouragement, as well as Margot working with the educator to industry tours, as a valuable component for our teachers, principals, and guidance staff to get out into industry and find potential career pathways for our students.
So we went to build our new motor manufacturing facility
getting information, tax abatements and things like that for the building and property was something new for us. So the group helped guide us through that.
So things are really looking up, and we can credit a lot of that to the work of our executive director and the staff and the board as they work with them.
As I look back on the past 10 years, I just find it hard to believe that it's been 10 years and what a great success this organization has been. I'm really pleased that there's a concentration on helping the industry with education and training for young people. We need to get them trained and educated and give them opportunities so they stay here and contribute to the long-term growth and betterment of this community. And community, I mean, is Noble County.